Have you noticed how, after the age of 60, your legs often start to feel heavier, more swollen, or even restless at night? Many people dismiss these signals as just a normal part of aging, but in reality, they are often warning signs that your circulation and overall leg health urgently need attention. If you ignore them, small discomforts can slowly turn into bigger problems, pain, cramps, or even difficulties with walking. For many older adults, this can steal independence and reduce quality of life in ways that feel frustrating and discouraging. The good news is that there are simple, natural, and safe ways to help your legs feel lighter, stronger, and healthier. And one of the most overlooked solutions is already in your kitchen: certain teas that can naturally support circulation, reduce swelling, and calm those uncomfortable sensations in your legs. These are not complicated remedies. They are everyday habits that can make a huge difference if you know which teas to choose and how to use them. In today's video, we are going to reveal the 3 teas that every person over 60 should know about if they want to protect their legs, maintain mobility, and feel more energized day after day. Stay with us until the end, because you may be surprised by how powerful these simple drinks can be in improving not only your leg health, but your overall well-being. When we talk about leg health after 60, it is important to be honest about the daily challenges many older adults face. It usually starts with small signs: legs that feel heavy after walking a short distance, ankles that swell more easily at the end of the day, or muscles that cramp during the night. At first, these changes may seem like nothing more than a nuisance, but for many people they grow into a constant source of discomfort. What often makes this more complicated is that such problems are so common that many assume they are simply an unavoidable part of aging. The truth is, while our bodies do naturally change with time, there are specific reasons why the legs tend to suffer the most, and many of those reasons can be managed. One of the most frequent causes is poor circulation. As we age, our blood vessels lose some of their natural elasticity, making it harder for blood to flow smoothly back from the legs to the heart. Gravity does not help, and the result can be swelling, heaviness, and a feeling of fatigue in the lower limbs. On top of this, muscle mass naturally decreases with age, and weaker muscles mean less support for the veins that keep blood moving upward. The combination of these factors can quickly turn a healthy pair of legs into a daily struggle. Another common issue is inflammation. Our bodies tend to become more sensitive to inflammation with age, which can show up in the joints, the veins, and even the skin of the legs. Inflammation is not always visible, but it often expresses itself through stiffness, aching, and tenderness. It is one of the reasons why the legs can feel like they are on fire after standing or sitting too long. Add to this the possibility of fluid retention, which becomes more likely when circulation slows down, and suddenly you are dealing with swelling that makes shoes feel tight and walking uncomfortable. Daily habits also play a major role. Many people over 60 are less physically active than they used to be, whether because of retirement, pain, or simple fatigue. Less movement means less stimulation for circulation, which further compounds the feeling of heaviness in the legs. On the other hand, sitting for long stretches, something very common in modern lifestyles, also leads to sluggish blood flow. This creates a vicious cycle where the legs feel worse, leading to less movement, which makes the symptoms grow stronger. Beyond the physical, there is also the emotional toll. When your legs don't cooperate, it becomes harder to maintain independence. Something as simple as going for a walk in the park, shopping for groceries, or standing in the kitchen to cook can suddenly feel like a challenge. For many older adults, this is more than an inconvenience. It is a painful reminder that their bodies are not as strong as they once were. That can lead to frustration, discouragement, and even withdrawal from favorite activities. It is exactly here that the role of small, accessible solutions becomes so important. Simple changes in routine can make a significant difference, and one of the easiest is the inclusion of specific teas that naturally support circulation, reduce inflammation, and ease discomfort in the legs. Unlike complicated medical interventions, these teas are gentle, familiar, and can easily become part of daily life. To truly understand why your legs need extra attention after 60, it helps to look at what is happening inside the body in simple, practical terms. The legs are the furthest point from the heart, and this means they depend heavily on both strong blood vessels and healthy muscles to keep blood moving upward against gravity. Imagine it as a long, uphill journey. Every step the blood takes from your toes back to your chest is a climb, and with age, that climb gets harder. If the road of your veins becomes weaker, or if the push from your muscles slows down, blood has a tendency to pool in the lower legs. That is when you start seeing swelling, heaviness, and sometimes even visible veins that bulge and twist. Another part of the picture is how the body processes fluids and inflammation as it gets older. The kidneys and circulatory system may not work as efficiently as they once did, which means extra fluid can linger in the tissues, particularly around the ankles and calves. This is why shoes can feel tight by the evening, even if they fit perfectly in the morning. When fluid builds up, it also creates pressure that irritates nerves and muscles, leading to aching and fatigue. And when this is combined with inflammation, a natural response that tends to become more common with age, the legs can feel stiff, hot, and restless. There is also the role of lifestyle and habits. Many older adults spend long hours sitting, whether watching television, reading, or simply resting. While rest is important, sitting still for too long slows circulation and makes blood more likely to pool in the legs. On the other hand, standing in one position for too long, such as when cooking or waiting in line, can also strain the veins and leave the legs feeling tired. Movement is the key, but it must be gentle and consistent, something that feels manageable rather than exhausting. Nutrition is another factor that often gets overlooked. The foods and drinks you consume play a big role in how your body handles inflammation, circulation, and energy. Diets high in processed foods, sugar, and excess salt can worsen swelling and reduce vascular health. On the flip side, natural foods rich in antioxidants, minerals, and anti-inflammatory compounds can actually strengthen the veins and soothe discomfort. This is where the value of certain teas becomes clear. They are not only simple and affordable, but many of them are naturally rich in compounds that directly support circulation and calm inflammation. It is important to emphasize that while leg issues after 60 are common, they are not something you should ignore. Often they serve as early warning signs of deeper circulatory concerns. For example, persistent swelling may signal strain on the heart or kidneys, while unexplained leg cramps can sometimes point to mineral imbalances or poor hydration. Even something as ordinary as tired legs can be a reminder that your body is asking for more movement, better hydration, or improved nutrition. By paying attention to these signals early, you give yourself the best chance to maintain mobility and independence for years to come. When you look at it this way, caring for your legs is not just about comfort. It is about protecting your freedom, your ability to walk with ease, and your overall quality of life. That is why finding safe, natural, and supportive habits is so important. When your legs are not functioning as they should, the effects go far beyond simple discomfort. The physical consequences are obvious at first. Heavy, swollen legs make it difficult to walk for long distances, to climb stairs, or even to stand for the time it takes to cook a meal. What once felt like effortless movement begins to require planning and caution. Even a short trip to the market can feel like a challenge when your legs ache or refuse to keep up with your intentions. This limitation in mobility is not just an inconvenience. It can gradually shape the rhythm of daily life, shrinking the world of possibilities for older adults. Cramps and restless sensations add another layer of difficulty. Nighttime leg cramps can interrupt sleep, leaving you tired and irritable during the day. Restless legs, where you feel an irresistible urge to move them, can make it hard to sit still and enjoy activities such as reading, watching a movie, or spending time with family. Over time, the loss of restorative sleep and the constant irritation of these symptoms can wear down both energy and mood. Many people underestimate how much poor leg health can contribute to overall fatigue, but the connection is undeniable. The emotional impact is just as real as the physical. When your legs hurt, swell, or fail to support you as they once did, it can stir feelings of frustration and even embarrassment. For many older adults, the inability to move freely feels like a loss of independence. Simple joys, such as going for a walk in the park, traveling, or even playing with grandchildren, may start to feel out of reach. This can create a sense of isolation, as people often choose to stay at home rather than face the discomfort or the fear of their legs giving out in public. Over time, this withdrawal can lead to loneliness and sadness, two struggles that are already common in older age. There is also the emotional weight of comparison. Looking back at a younger, more active self, or even seeing peers who seem to walk with ease, can spark a painful sense of decline. Thoughts like, "I can't do what I used to," or "my body is failing me," can quietly chip away at self-confidence. These emotions are rarely spoken out loud, but they affect how older adults see themselves and how much they engage with life. The truth is, leg health is not just about mobility, it is directly tied to dignity, confidence, and the ability to live life fully. Financial stress can also creep in. When leg issues worsen, medical visits, treatments, or medications may become necessary. For those on a fixed income, the idea of adding new expenses can be worrying. This often leads people to delay seeking help or to ignore early symptoms, hoping they will go away on their own. Unfortunately, this only deepens the problem over time. That is why practical, low-cost, and accessible solutions are so valuable. They empower older adults to take action without feeling overwhelmed. The good news is that these struggles, both physical and emotional, do not have to define the aging experience. By making small, intentional changes, older adults can lighten the burden on their legs and regain confidence in their mobility. And while no single habit can solve every issue, something as simple as incorporating the right teas into daily life can make a meaningful difference. These teas provide not only physical relief, but also the reassurance that you are taking active steps to protect your independence. When it comes to leg health and natural remedies like teas, there are many myths that can confuse or even discourage older adults. These misunderstandings often come from years of hearing mixed advice, or from relying on quick fixes that promise results, but do not address the real problem. Clearing up these myths is essential, because the truth is often simpler and more empowering than the stories people have been told. One of the most common myths is that leg problems are just a natural part of aging and nothing can be done about them. While it is true that circulation and muscle strength change with age, it is not true that you are helpless. Small daily habits, including movement, hydration, and supportive foods and drinks, can improve how your legs feel and work. Believing that decline is inevitable can stop people from trying, but the reality is that every step you take to care for your legs makes a difference. Another myth is that only medications can help with circulation and leg pain. Many people assume that relief comes only in the form of pills or medical treatments. While medications are sometimes necessary, they are not the only option. Natural remedies, such as specific teas rich in anti-inflammatory and circulation-supporting compounds, can provide gentle but meaningful improvements. They do not replace medical care when it is needed, but they can reduce discomfort and support overall leg health in ways that are both safe and sustainable. There is also the belief that swelling in the legs is harmless and should simply be tolerated. In reality, swelling is a signal from the body that something is out of balance, whether it is circulation, fluid retention, or inflammation. Ignoring swelling can allow it to worsen over time, turning into more serious mobility challenges. The truth is, taking simple actions early, like drinking teas that reduce water retention and improve blood flow, can help manage swelling before it grows into a bigger problem. A different but equally damaging myth is that only intense exercise can improve leg health. For many older adults, this belief leads to discouragement, since high-intensity workouts may not feel safe or realistic. The truth is, gentle movement, like walking, stretching, or even short sessions of standing up and sitting down, can be extremely effective in keeping circulation active. Combined with hydration and natural remedies like teas, these small movements add up to significant improvements without requiring extreme effort. Finally, there is the myth that natural remedies like teas are too weak to make any real difference. This misunderstanding often comes from not knowing the science behind the plants we use every day. Certain teas contain powerful antioxidants, anti-inflammatory agents, and compounds that relax blood vessels and support circulation. They may seem simple, but when consumed consistently, they can have a noticeable impact on how your legs feel. Natural solutions are not about instant miracles. They are about building steady, gentle support that improves quality of life over time. Dispelling these myths gives you the freedom to act with confidence. Instead of feeling powerless or waiting for problems to worsen, you can focus on habits that truly help. And one of the easiest, most practical steps is to add specific teas to your daily routine. Now that we have cleared away the myths, it is time to focus on real, practical solutions that anyone over 60 can use to support leg health. The goal is not to complicate your routine, but to add small, powerful habits that help your legs feel lighter, stronger, and more reliable. Among the most effective of these habits is the inclusion of specific teas, because they are simple, inexpensive, and can be enjoyed daily without difficulty. These teas work in different but complementary ways. Some improve circulation, some reduce swelling, and others calm inflammation. Let's look at 3 teas that are particularly valuable for older adults who want to protect their legs. The first is ginger tea. Ginger is well known for its warming properties, but it also has natural compounds that improve blood circulation. By gently encouraging better blood flow, ginger tea can help reduce that heavy, sluggish feeling in the legs. It also has strong anti-inflammatory effects, which means it can ease stiffness and discomfort after periods of sitting or standing. A cup of ginger tea in the morning not only helps wake up your circulation, but also provides a soothing, refreshing start to the day. The second is hibiscus tea. This bright red tea is more than just beautiful. It is rich in antioxidants and has a natural ability to support healthy blood pressure and reduce water retention. For older adults who experience swelling in the ankles and calves, hibiscus tea can act as a gentle, natural diuretic, helping the body release excess fluid. Drinking it regularly may also protect the veins from oxidative stress, which is one of the silent contributors to circulatory problems. A cup of hibiscus tea in the afternoon can refresh the body while helping to keep swelling under control. The third is green tea. While it is often praised for its role in weight management, green tea is also an excellent support for vascular health. It is loaded with compounds that strengthen blood vessels, reduce inflammation, and encourage smoother circulation. For someone over 60, this means better endurance for walking, less cramping, and greater protection against the slow decline in vascular flexibility that comes with age. Having green tea in the early evening, or even decaffeinated green tea if sensitivity is an issue, provides gentle support for circulation without disrupting sleep. Of course, teas alone are not enough. They are most powerful when combined with simple, supportive habits. Gentle movement throughout the day is one of the most important. Short walks, stretching, or even standing up from a chair several times an hour can make a remarkable difference in how your legs feel. Elevating your legs when resting, even for a few minutes, helps reduce swelling and gives the veins a break from working against gravity. Hydration is also key. Water and teas work together to keep blood flowing smoothly and tissues nourished. Equally important is consistency. These solutions work best when they are part of a daily rhythm, not just occasional experiments. By making ginger, hibiscus, and green tea a regular part of your routine, you build steady support for your legs over time. Combine this with small movements, hydration, and mindful rest, and you will notice not just lighter legs, but more energy and freedom in daily life. Reaching the age of 60 and beyond is an achievement that deserves to be celebrated. But it also brings new responsibilities to care for the body in ways that preserve independence, strength, and confidence. Leg health may seem like a small detail, yet it is central to living fully in later years. When your legs feel strong, you feel capable of moving through the world with freedom. When they feel heavy or weak, the world can start to feel smaller. That is why choosing to take care of them, with simple daily actions like drinking teas, moving gently, and staying hydrated, is such an act of self-respect. The message to carry with you is that aging does not mean giving up control. Your body is still responsive to care, and even small adjustments can bring meaningful improvements. A cup of ginger tea to warm and activate circulation, a glass of hibiscus tea to ease swelling, or a soothing green tea to strengthen blood vessels. These are not grand or complicated gestures, but they add up to a foundation of wellness. Each choice is a reminder that you are investing in yourself, protecting your mobility, and choosing to live with greater comfort and energy. Beyond the physical benefits, these habits restore confidence. Knowing that you are doing something positive for your health replaces worry with empowerment. It shows that you are not at the mercy of time, but are actively guiding your journey. And with every step you take, whether it is walking in the park, standing tall in the kitchen, or simply rising from your chair, you prove to yourself that aging can be lived with dignity and strength. Remember also that caring for your legs is not only about you. It is about the people who love you, who want to see you active, present, and engaged. By protecting your mobility, you give yourself the gift of more moments shared, more laughter, and more freedom to enjoy life as it unfolds. The teas and habits we have discussed are tools, but the true goal is joy, connection, and independence. So let this be your encouragement. Do not underestimate the power of small daily actions. Aging with health is possible, and your legs are worth the attention and care. If you found value in this message, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment telling us where you are watching from, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Together, we can build a community where aging is not about decline, but about living stronger, lighter, and freer every single day.